So after our previously mildly depressing video about self-disappointment, I wanted to make a video that's more uplifting or motivational. And I'm not a very encouraging speaker, so my take on motivating people may be kind of different from the usual hoorah, but we'll see how it goes. The topic today I want to talk about is working towards your goal, whatever that goal may be. And to put it frankly, there's no cheat code. There's no easy trick. There's no hack that someone can just give you that makes life easier in achieving your goal. When you have a goal, you have a set of steps that you know that you must take in order to achieve that goal. And to land on each of those steps are procedures that you must take. And the thing is, man, I'm just turning really casual. You just gotta do it. It's frustrating, but it's the truth. You just have to commit to it. There's no other explanation. And what helps me is if I try to take emotion out of it. That sounds confusing, but what I mean is, so let's say the goal is to get good grades, and to get good grades you have to study. But who wants to study, right? We're bored, we're tired. Students in general, we don't want to study, but people do study. Why? To get good grades and to have a high GPA and to move on in life with those benefits, whatever benefits that might come out of having that. And the thing is, when you study, it's much easier to study if you don't consider your emotions at that point. If you're like, wow, I really don't want to study, I'm not feeling this. If you're going in with that thought, then of course you're gonna have a difficult time studying. But if you're thinking to yourself more of, I'm gonna study because I'm gonna get good grades for a high GPA for my future, then it's very rational, right? It's very objective. You know the significance of your action and you just dive into it. That's what's so beautiful about working towards a goal, is that the reason is there. You know the reason. It's just that you're not always consciously reflecting it to yourself, but you know the reason yourself. And yet people don't do it. Why? That's because they're bogged down by what they're feeling about that particular task. And that's the problem. You just have to do it. And this goes for anything, not just studying, right? Whatever goal you're trying to achieve, if you're trying to run a business, if you're trying to start a website, if you're trying to write a book, no goal is going to be, how should I phrase this? Okay, let's phrase it like this. Okay, if we have progress on the x-axis and your happiness on the y-axis towards achieving a goal, and let's say on the x-axis, when you achieve the achievement of a goal is like here, so which is like here. Most people expect that as they get closer to their goal, they'll be happier. So the curve is going like this in a linear straight line. In reality, what it is it's like a business cycle, right? Sometimes you're happy, sometimes you go down, sometimes you go back up. But in the end, when you achieve the goal, you are happy. But the progress isn't linear. There has to be ups and downs. That's just the way of life, right? But then the thing is, as human beings, we just don't like doing things that make us sad. That's how we're designed. So if something is stressful, if something just doesn't feel, it's just not something we want to do, then we don't do it, because that's how we feel. But on the other hand, we know we have to do it. So this is why I say there is no cheap trick towards going towards a goal you have. You just gotta do it, man. Nike was right all this time. You just do it. There's no other explanation that I can give. What I can give though is that ways of making just doing it easier. And the thing I am recommending is just always be aware of your goal. Be aware of why you are doing this task. Where is this getting you? What path are you on currently that doing this particular task will help you progress in that path? And just being aware of that is, I think it's tremendous help in just getting where you want to be. And and it's hard, right? Everyone knows it's hard. It's hard to distance yourself from your emotions. It's hard to do things that you don't want to do, but it's necessary. And that's the key. Knowing what's necessary and doing what's necessary to get you where you want to be. I have the highest respect for people who've actually taken action to pursue their goals. Because it takes courage. It takes courage to do things that you don't want to do. It takes courage to continue doing those things, especially. It takes discipline, it takes courage. And those two features, as generic as they may seem, are actually very rare, I would say, in people, at least in our age. Because it's difficult. No one's saying it's easy. It's not easy. But we know the answer. And the answer is not easy. That's why we don't want to do it. Yeah, so if you have a goal that you are currently working towards, or if you have a goal that you have not begun working towards, just go for it, man. Like, I know I'm not in the place or in the position to be frustrated. It just sounds like frustration, but I'm not like frustrated at people for not pursuing their goals. But it's just that I just see it a lot, right? I see a lot of people who have interests. I see a lot of people who have ideas and these projects and business ideas that they want to do, like startups, but none of them commit to it. And there's no reason for them to not commit to it. It's just excuses, right? Yeah, I don't know what more to say. All the motivational videos out there, they all say the same thing. That's the gist of it. You just gotta do it. It's the fundamental truth that we all know, but try to convince ourselves that we don't know. I guess in that way, it is kind of frustrating for me, because I know that occasionally I forget it myself. But that's the answer. It's always been there. It's just, you just gotta do it. Yeah, I don't know if that was a very motivational talk, but it was kind of me. It felt more like me venting, but I just wanted to talk about that today. Anyways, yeah, if you enjoyed the video, please comment, like, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Hopefully a faster upload than before. Gucci bang, Gucci, Gucci bang, Gucci, Gucci bang, Gucci. 너는 날 가지 Gucci, Gucci bang, Gucci.